Welcome to Math with Mrs. Cox. We are on Chapter 3, Lesson 12, Interpret the Remainder. Just about every answer we have will have a remainder that we need to interpret to leave it the same or bump it up to a higher number. Here we begin. 4 employees. Okay, so let's go ahead and label that. 4 employees at Papa Tony's Pizza are cleaning up at the end of a busy night. There is a list of 43 cleanup tasks that need to be completed. If each employee does the same number of tasks, how many tasks should each employee do? Solve. Explain how you interpret the remainder. Okay, 4 employees, and there's a to-do list of 43 items. 4 will go into 4 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. Bring the 3 down. 4 will not go into 3. So we put a 0. 0 times 4 is 0. Bringing the 3 down. Remainder 3. So there, each employee will need to do 10 tasks. And there's 3 tasks left over. Hopefully they are responsible workers and they'll divide them up and help each other out, right? Okay, here we are. Mrs. Flores is buying scrapbooks for her store. Her budget is $350. Each scrapbook costs $9. How many scrapbooks can she buy? 350 is an important number, and so is $9. So let's give us some room over here to build our problem. 9 is our divisor, and it's going to go into 350. 9 will not go into 3, but it will go into 35. So 9 times 3 is 27, right? So we can subtract. 15 minus 7 is 8. 2 minus 2 is 0. Bring down the 0. 8 will go into, 9 will go into 80. If it was 81, it'd be 9 times, but it's not. So we're going to have to do 8 times. 8 times 9 is 72. So we need to subtract. Borrow over here, make this come over here to be a 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. That is 0. There's nothing else to bring down, so it is a remainder of 8. So she has enough money she can buy 38 scrapbooks. And then she's going to have $8 left over. Brain builder. Whew, this one's rough. We can do it though. Water stations will be placed every 400 meters in a 5-kilometer race. How many water stations are needed? There's our question mark. Hint, 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. Draw a diagram to explain your problem. All right, so a 5-kilometer race, so 5 times 1,000 would equal 5,000, right? Now, water stations are going to be placed every 400 meters, so every 400 meters. Now, that looks like a pretty crazy question, right? But remember the rule of zeros. We can cross off 2 zeros here and 2 zeros here. So that turns from a yucky problem to one that's not so bad. Because if we do 4 into 50, we can figure that out much easier. 4 will go into 5 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. Bring down the 0 is 10. 4 will go into 10 twice. 2 times 4 is 8. 10 minus 8 is 2. Remainder 2. So my answer is I'm going to have 12 stations. This is where it gets tricky. There's a remainder of 2. So if we come up here and said that this will go into it 12 times, I want to show you something interesting. Now to find find out if you got this correct, you can take 12 times 400. So let's do that really quickly. 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 4 is 8. We're going to the tenths category, so we have to add a placeholder 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 4 is 4. Add them down. 0, 0, 8, 4. So this is where our remainder 2 comes in handy. We're not going to just add a remainder 2 and go plus 2, 4, 8, 0, 2, because that's not the right answer either. This is where we have to understand the base 10 system. We did a remainder of 2, but we also cut out 2 zeros there. So we are really, it's 200 meters is what we're looking for. So there will be water stations placed all around the track, but because it won't go evenly into 5,000, the last section of track will have an extra 200 meters without a water station. And this is what it's going to look like. Think about the track around Snow College football field. It's a nice big oval shape, right? So we're going to place 12 water stations there. A few years ago, we did Junior Olympics there, and they had water and food stations everywhere. So kind of that similar idea, but we're going to place 12. So we're going to place them at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to kind of leave a bigger gap right there. So there are 12 water stations all the way around, except for this last part. This little section right here is going to have an extra 200 meters without a water station. So that's what they are wanting you to draw as a diagram to help you solve your problem. And we're going to put 200 meters extra. All right, that is the brain builder for that one. Number 4 is not a very fun one. So here we're going to talk about it. Write a problem in which the problem is 38 divided by 5, and here's our answer, 7 remainder 3. And we need to write a problem so that the reader will bump up 7 to 8, and that it will make sense. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to write something that says 38 people needed to be divided into 5 groups. Okay, then we're going to say how many groups are needed. And I ran out of room. So when you do that, you're going to go 5 will go into 35. 5 will go into 3. Nope, but it'll go into 35. Or excuse me, 38. Whew, almost made a mistake. 7 times 5 is 35. It'd be easier if it was 35, right? So 38 minus 35 is going to give us the remainder of 3. So we can divide these people into 7 groups, but there's going to be 3 bodies left over. They're going to feel bad, so we need to make sure they have a group to go into. So that's where we're going to have 8 groups, which we're going to round the quotient up to 8, which is what they needed. All right, let's do number 5. 3 yards of fabric will be cut into pieces so that each piece is 8 inches long. How many pieces can be cut? So 3 yards of fabric. 3 yards of fabric is 36 inches. So you're going to go 36 times 3. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So we have that many inches of fabric. Now we need to cut that into 8-inch increments. So we're going to go 8 will go into 108. 8 will not go into 1, but it will go into 10 once. 1 times 8 is 8. 10 minus 8 is 2. Bring down the 8. 8 will go into 28 at least 3 times. 3 times 8 is 24. And there's 4 left over. So 13 pieces, and there will be 4 inches left over. Do you see that? Very good. All right, rip it out and hand it in.